Welcome. I'm just going live here on Facebook and just waiting for this to catch up here. Internet is running slow today. Not sure what's going on in your world. But I just wanted to share with you some really amazing inspiration that's been going on this week, and as well as talk to you about coaching mastery. And what is coaching mastery? And so it's really the difference between learning a process of coaching, and sometimes that can feel really robotic. If you're in my community, you would have received that email this week about it can feel really robotic when we first learn coaching. And so, there's the difference then from when we first start learning coaching, and there's a lot going on, there's a lot of noise in our head, there's a lot of questions we need to ask. We need to know how to ask the right questions. And it's about our presence and our skills and our behaviors and the process to coaching conversations that are effective and that help clients get tangible results. I mean, that's what the true profession of coaching is all about. And so we want to let go of the process. And so coaching mastery really is about once we've let go of the process and we can really listen in and have full presence in the conversation, that's when we can be in flow. And we're not just coaching on the surface, the words that we are hearing. It's about the words that we're not hearing and tapping into our intuition and our inner knowing. And really the ability, the mastery to sift through all of that, all of the noise in our head, the noise in our client's head, and to really coach beneath the surface. And so that is my wish for our community and the coaches that we support, especially those who are going on to obtain their professional credential. It really is about mastery. And so what can get sticky when we learn coaching, we think we've got it. And the challenge with that is, yes, we might have the process, but we can miss so many things. And it reminds me of a conversation that I had not today, but this week with a client. And, when we're running multi-million-dollar businesses, it can be hard to stay present. And there is a lot going on externally with our teams, with people that we support, with people that we contract out with the larger community, with our big vision and our goals and our the big rocks that we're working on. It can be really distracting and can be challenging to keep fully present in our day-to-day business and in our day-to-day life because we coach the whole person. And so the challenge is when we start providing. So here's where I'm making an assumption, and this is what came up for me this week in speaking with a couple of clients actually. When we're just making assumptions about what is true for another person, a client or a coachee or a team member, and we start filling in the gaps for them, and we underestimate their ability to and their capability to drive the business forward, to move the ball forward in their area of influence, in their strengths, in their vision and how they see things unfolding. We keep people small by doing that, by filling in the gaps, by making assumptions on what they want, what motivates them. And the cost to that can be huge. And so I stop there for a moment because I want you to think about where in your life do you sometimes make assumptions about your clients, the people that you support, your family, your team members. Where do you make assumptions on how they see their future, how they want to help you move forward. What is their vision for their life? Where do they see themselves going, and how might their vision support you in where you want to go? And so, like I said, we can get so caught up in the busyness of life that we forget to slow down and really truly think about the people that we are supporting on our team, in our work, in our life, about what their goals are. And so we really can underestimate people's ability. By the way, I'm always checking myself on this. What assumptions am I making? And it's taken me years to continue to ask the right questions, and I don't always get it perfect. But what I want to share with you, and this is about the cost of doing so, because if we skip over, and I get really emotional about this, because if we skip over this deeper work, and we're not present in our lives, that we can miss some really big things. And I'll maybe go into my story of my brother, and that's in my book, and I'm going to share a couple of excerpts from my book today. But I missed a big part in our last conversation that we had, and so it's normal that we can not be present in our lives and our business. But I say this to you because it happened for a client this week, that they shared being so busy in the busyness of work that they didn't forget, but they got mired down in the weeds. And when they lift their head up, it was almost too late to fix the situation. The good news is they did find a way to fix the situation, and it was life-changing. And that's what coaching can do. Coaching can really be transformational and can be life-changing when we invest the time in ourselves and in our businesses and in our life. All that to say is, what I'm talking about here is coaching mastery. So what is coaching mastery? Coaching mastery is really about the ability to go beyond the surface and not just listen for what's going on the surface of the conversation and the words that we're hearing. And to be caught up, of course, as new coaches, we get caught in the learning the ropes of coaching. And that's so normal, by the way. And so what I hope for you is this, and if you're ready for the coaching mastery piece, which is really being able to finally feel confident in the process so that you're really listening below the surface. And it's not just in your coaching conversations, it's in day-to-day life. It's in the day-to-day interactions that we can miss so much. And so I just want to read a little excerpt from my book. And for those of you who have it, wonderful. And for those of you who do not, Leadership Unleashed, Awaken Your Extraordinary Leadership, a #1 bestseller on Amazon. And so what I want to talk about here is, and this is what we're going to be covering in Coaching Mastery, is the triple loop of coaching. And so when we first learn coaching, it's the single loop. Typically, it's the single loop. So we're providing a tip or a technique to guide someone's actions. So in our level 1 program, we're talking about a technique, a methodology. I'm teaching you a methodology and the process of coaching. What are the steps? Why are these steps important? And then, of course, you learn some skills and some techniques inside of that methodology. The double loop of coaching, and of course, this is Robert Hargrove's work, is creating awareness and reframing people's mental models and empowering them to think differently. And with professional coach training, of course, that can help get you there. And you can expect these types of results. And you can expect actually to begin at this place when you're learning coaching. The triple loop, which is it's where the gold is in coaching, is the altering of a person's being. Let me read that again. Triple loop coaching is altering a person's way of being. It's altering their way of thinking, and their behaviors are transformed. You see, in coaching, in true coaching, in the world of professional coaching, the coaching that we teach here and the coaching that I've been trained in is the science of coaching and really helping to tap into our brain and all of the old ways of thinking and the old models that we have created in our brain that got us to where we are today. It's not our fault, it's just what's happened. And so when we talk about triple loop, the person who is present now was not there before. And so I can actually speak to that who I was pre learning a true coaching methodology that was super entrenched in learning coaching, the triple, the double, the single, the triple, the double, and the triple loop of coaching. That was my altering my being. Who I went in as to learn coaching and who I came out as was totally different and fundamentally transformed my leadership. And so that's so super exciting because I am no longer who I was. And that's a pretty cool thing to be able to dive into that and to be able to recognize it because, by the way, I had no idea how I was showing up. I had no idea. And so this could be true for you. And so with many hours of professional coaching and training, and by the way, so much practice and so much feedback, you can experience this for yourself too. And so I share that with you today because if you are thinking about coaching mastery, and registration closes today, by the way, we have only a couple of seats left. And if this is something that you are interested in joining us in, we begin in a few short weeks. There's lots of homework prior to joining us, and we're going to be sending out some delicious packages that will be coming your way. But if this is something that you're interested in joining us, it's not too late. Today is the last day. And so if you have questions about, joining us, and if behavioral mindset shifts are what you're up to right now and interested in diving into, this is the place. Now, of course, we would need to just if you're interested and you haven't come through our first level, we do need you to apply. So there is a little bit of rigor that we need to go through before we decide that it is the right fit for you. And if this is depending on where you are on your coaching journey and what you've learned so far, we need to assess whether this is the right fit for you. But for those who have already been through level 1 and you're interested in diving into level 2, which is our coaching mastery and fulfills the training hour requirement for your ICF credential, if that is on your radar and it is your goal, we have that available to you. And so if you are interested in joining us, please send me a DM and reach out to us, and we would love to see you there. That's it for today. Bye for now.